People, my people, great news. I have a competition. Yes, I know. I'm going to be giving something away, and I'm going to give something away to you. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, when I hit 250 subscribers, I will randomly choose one of those subscribers and they will get a 4 Pillars t-shirt. Ship it worldwide. Don't care where you are. You can be in one of the outer suburbs of Novosibirsk in Russia, or you can be up the top end of Norway, or you can be on one of the Antarctic stations. I will mail the 4 Pillars t-shirt to you. Now, if you are on Instagram and you are one of, I'll make it to 500 followers, I will randomly pick one of those 500. Now, for YouTube, you got to put in the comments, okay, I just subscribed to you and I've got to subscribe to you. So that's the only condition of entry. And if you want to, you can be both subscribe to me in Instagram and follow me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube. And, 2 t-shirts, too easy. That's the big news. Now, the other big news is, as we all know, this is a gin and tonic. Australia is making some just dynamite gins. We are just showing up at gin judging contests worldwide, and it's the Americans and the British and the Germans are looking at us going, oh, here come the Australians. Well, we may as well not have showed up, because Australian gins are just bringing home truckloads, shiploads, I tell you, of awards. We are just, in the last 3 years since the Logie hit, and certainly during the time of the Logie, when the Americans were open, Australian gins were just dominating World Gin Awards. That's great. Now, the really good news is, and you notice I'm not wearing my usual t-shirt, my usual shirt, is Australia's actually making some really good whiskies and vodkas. I wasn't particularly big fan of the agave spirit, but I assure you, I'm a big fan of the Tanist from Chief Son. Now, the Chief Son is a very small and relatively new, it's only about 2 or 3 years old, distillery not far from my friend's Original Spirit Co. In fact, I think they might actually be in the same industrial park. They're close. They're within 5 kilometres of each other, practically handshaking distances in Australian terms. So they make this stuff and a couple of other whiskies. So let's hear the sound of happiness. Smell of happiness says that, oh, this is definitely a first-rate whiskey. Now, I will confess, I am not, by disposition, a whiskey drinker. It's as simple as that. And that's the background music. Keep moving, Odin, that's the timer. So I'm not by nature a whiskey drinker. I haven't been for a while. Used to help myself to a whole lot of bourbon, but then, well, marriage and children intervened, and bourbon drinking went out the window. So the fact that I'm reviewing this stuff, and you can see how much isn't in the bottle, means that I've given this a fair shove. Now, the smell of happiness says what it says in the bottle. It's a single malt whiskey. So, and it's a single malt whiskey because, sorry, I've actually got people chatting to me online. Allow me to reach down and turn off the sound, which is something I should have done before. Okay. Australia makes whiskies, we don't make Scotch. Why? Because Scotch is a protected term, like Irish, and I think bourbon is also, their domain protected. People go and get worldwide trademarks taken out on these babies. So we make single malt whiskies. So it's an Australian. Not a Scotch, it's an Australian. Having said that, it's, for my nose, it's very light on the peat. If any, the peat fields in Australia are actually down in Tasmania, and the power stations that used to be out in Gippsland were functionally powered by peat. So middle nose. It smells like you'd expect a whiskey to. Very smooth. Very smooth. It lights up my mouth in the way it should, because I know it's above proof. How much has this baby hit the scales at? Yeah, 43%. So single malt. The malt is there. Very smooth, very drinkable whiskey. Now, moving right along. When I first encountered this, and I bought this bottle about a month or two ago, they served it with this stuff, which is an Australian tonic water producer. It's Longrays, and the reason why it's been such a long time since I've actually done reviews like this is because I could not find a supplier where I could just walk into them and grab the stuff off the shelf. And I'm busy enough without actually having to, and stingy enough to actually not want things delivered. So I don't need 24 bottles of this stuff. So my friend Ben from Brogan's Way helped me out. So anyway, I'm going to dip the rest of this in with some ice. Close the door. It's just early enough for one of my kids to walk in, and that's the side you don't want to go see. Sound of happiness. Add a bit more of this beautiful single malt. Not too much. It's about $115 a bottle. I keep on finding it at Bond Beach Farmers Market. Having said that, Dan Murphy stocks it as well. And I'm going to pop it with this nice dark soda. Sorry. And of course, it's a screw top. It's always the way. If I turn right, and the intersection where I want to go is on the left. So you can see it's a nice whiskey golden colour. And with this nice dark tonic water, it's just going to go very much darker. So I'm cutting it about 50-50. In fact, I might top it up a little bit more to just get it up to that 1-to-1 proof. Now, Longways is out of Brisbane, so my old home state. A long time ago, in fact 38 years ago, I ran away and came to live in Melbourne. So let's see how this baby goes. Oh yeah. I'm getting smokiness in it, a lot of smoke, which is very pleasant. Oh. So have you subscribed and followed yet, so you can enter that competition? While you're waiting, whilst this chills a little bit more, it's click. Easy enough to do. You can do 2 entries in that flat. That's how easy my competitions are. And just you wait. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, 500 subscribers, and 1,000 followers, there'll be a bigger prize. I assure you. Make it happen, people. Click, click. In with a chance. And the chances are actually significantly better than what you would have lotto. At the moment, I've got 122 subscribers, which means you've got a 1 in 378 chance. Oh, sorry, not even that. You've got 128 chance of winning. So 1 in 128, which is pretty good odds, or 1 in 279. And they're very good odds for a click. I mean, you're getting it Four Pillars t-shirt. I'm going all the way to Four Pillars. Guilt trip. This is now chilled, and you've subscribed, of course. Oh yeah. It is just delicious drinking. Ice cold with the Long Ray Dark Tonic, dark soda. It's just amazingly good drinking. It just doesn't get that better. For someone who's not into his whiskies, it's subtle but smoky. It's incredibly smooth drinking. At 43%, it does precisely what I want it to do. If I drink it, sip it neat, it gives me that nice happy burn, that nice happy, blush in my cheeks. And these guys, well, let's face it, if you go to something like Glenfiddich or Johnny Walker and that, they spill more than what these guys would make in any given year, okay? They would spill more on the average week. There would be more bad batches out of Johnny Walker and Glenfiddich than what these guys would put out in a week. So with it coming up to Christmas, if you want something that's really good quality to drink over Christmas, or even into winter, I'm told is the time when this stuff really gets put away. If you want something to get rid of that gloom and doom over winter, this stuff. If you really want to impress somebody for the festive season or a birthday and you know that they're a whiskey drinker, the Tanist from Chief's Son is the place to go. Dan Murphy's, the distillery will mail you a bottle. So if you're in Australia, or I'm told that they do tastings, and yes, I will be doing my level best to organise an interview with these people. So I am lining up interviews. So this has been the Tanist from Chief's Son. I'm going to see if I can get a sample pack, because I know at least one of their whiskies is in the $200 plus mark. And whilst I'm told that my wife very much adores me, apparently the love doesn't stretch that far. And that's it. Yep. This is one extra. There's 2 others extras coming in this week, because I'm just the extra sort of guy. And the best way you can show your appreciation at me bringing you the best reviews of Australian and world artisan gin is click, subscribe, follow. Thank you for watching. And oh, by the way, I changed my glasses, and I will give a shout out to the person who tells me which review I changed them in. I will name the person on air. Make them famous. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. There's a Navy Strength, and then there's a strawberries and cream gin, which is a bit under 40%, but it's so delicious. I have to break my promise, my oath. Stay tuned. Oh, and next week, of course, get your sangria. Get your sangria. Muy gusto. ¿Qué quieres tomar? ¿Quieres sangria? Gin. Sangria. Yes, and I will give a shout out for the person who translates my bad Spanish in the comments. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, sangria next week. Stay tuned.